So, this is another cheap, poor, Hollywood-made, bland, jump scare filled horror movies. Let's talk about Brahms, The Boy 2, or The Boy 2 Brahms, or just Brahms, or The Boy 2, whatever you want to call it. Let's talk about it. It ain't great, but it's a sequel to the movie The Boy, which I wasn't a fan of. I know people dug the twist and dug the movie, but it's the same twist from Housebound, and Housebound is a significantly better movie, like, in every aspect. And it's foreign, so sport foreign filmmaking. A young boy and his mom experience a traumatic event, so the mother and father take the boy to basically a getaway house to hopefully escape the trauma of what they went through. And since the event, the boy doesn't speak, and when they get to the new location, they venture into the woods and blah 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 blah. The boy finds the Brahms doll buried, and the mom's like, he's been through a lot, let him just keep the doll. And I'm like, that doll is, one, covered in muck, two, it was buried, three, it was buried with sets of little clothes. That's creepy. That can stay where it is, but of course they had to make the movie happen. So she cleans the doll up for the boy, and they hear their son speaking to Brahms, the doll, and it's the first time he's spoken since the incident. So they're like, alright, maybe the doll is good for him. You know, maybe this will help him get over his trauma. And spooky stuff happens. And yeah, this completely kills the continuity from the first movie. If you've seen the first movie, you know the twist. I'm not going to spoil it here because I feel it could be a surprise to some people and it could work for some people. So I'm not going to spoil it. But yeah, this movie goes full paranormal. Like Haunted Doll, like some freaking like an Annabelle spin-off movie, basically. And this gives a lot of unnecessary backstory to characters and to plot points from the first one that just muddles it up even more. And as someone who didn't really give a crap about the first one, even I'm like, what's the purpose of all this? The jump scares are really weird because, like, nothing will happen, but a loud noise will still go off, and it's like, camera pans back, nothing happens, wrong, and I'm like, what? Like, it just doesn't make sense. The film is weightless. It doesn't really have any oomph behind it, which is weird because Katie Holmes is the lead, and she's an okay actor. She's fine. She's serviceable. And this movie stars I don't know the actor's name, but the father from The Witch, not Witch. But if you see that film, you know how fantastic he is in it. And it feels like he just shoehorns this film in, like he's not even caring or trying, which I don't blame him. And I feel like most of the cast outside of the young boy is just phoning it in, which is fine. It's a low budget, crappy horror movie. I get it. And the movie's an hour and a half long. And about 50 minutes in, I'm like, oh, this is the climax. It's ending. So I checked the timestamp, and I'm like, this is there is still another 30 to 40 minutes left. What? And I feel like if this was like an hour long, like technically a short film. No, or would that be full? Like, I think it's depending on what order to follow. But if this was like an hour long, like web series or something, it could have been not terrible, but just fine. But within the last half hour, they just add so much unnecessary crap to like the characters and the story, and it's like sometimes you don't need to explain everything. Like, there's plenty of fantastic films that don't explain everything. Alien, well, Ridley Scott ruined that, but you know, Alien, Predator, The Witch, Hereditary, The Babadook, Signs. Like, there's so many good movies that don't explain everything to you, and this film just had the urge to just explain everything to you. Is there a saving grace? No. Is there anything good in it? I think the child actor is fine. I think all the acting's like serviceable. Like, none of it's terrible, but like none of it felt like they were trying. But Brahms, The Boy 2, which I would have just called this The Boy 2 because like people know the boy more than they know the character named Brahms, but not my movie. But yeah, it's not good. It's one of the worst movies I've seen this year, right next to The Grudge and The Turning. I probably should do a breakdown of which one of those I find is the worst, because they're all like a 3.5 to a 4.5. They're all in that same terrible ballpark. But yeah, The Brahms. The Boy, Brahms 2, coming at a theater near you. Never, because the world is ending. But, yeah, not good. But, like always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.